Show me your hands.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
One in the back.
Face the show me your hand. On. You guys got him. We're clear on this side.
Got him. Yep. All right, face away from me. Get on your knees.
Fuck.
Park's back. Park's back. Coming up with route. Park's back.
Get on your knees. All right, whoever's on me, I'm gonna clear to the right here. And whoever's behind me, go up to him. All right, ready? Okay, right. Bathroom clear.
Do not move. Hands on your head, dude. Jesus Christ. Hands on your fucking head. You move again, you're getting shot. You move again, you're getting shot. Hands on your goddamn head, bro.
Fuck.
On your head. Keep them on your head. What about that? Do you not understand?
Back, taking right again.
There you go. Fuck it. Franklin, Baltrees. Stand up, let's go. You got a warrant for your arrest.
Wait, what?
Deputy, you up here?
Yep.
You got the right to remain silent. Please answer questions. Anything you do say may be used against you in court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you bring any questions, you can have foreign attorney won't be filed for no cost yourself by state sector. You understand these rights have remedy in full?
We got one in custody.
Yeah, man.
You can live here.
Anything on you's gonna poke, stick, stab me.
Probably.
Gun? You know, you shouldn't be having a gun, Franklin. You're a felon. Gun. Here. Vote. Gun.
Yep.
Knife.
We got it. Thank you for that. Sheriff Detective, let's get out of his way.
Question for me?
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna want DOC for transport or
They wanted me to say Sam. Union, I'm fine with that.
union? Okay.
Alright, I got a search warrant for the van, I got a search warrant for him. And
That's
I
nice.
will start checking the van.
Yep, please do.
Alright, I'm gonna go secure my pickup.
Well, you shouldn't be having a handgun on you there, Franklin. It's a felon.
I don't
alright, we'll
understand
talk
why you guys are here, though.
Well, I disagree with that one, Franklin. We'll talk more at the station, okay? You might be able to help yourself out some. Alright. I got CSTs on retainer. They're going to be coming up through here. They're going to be searching the property in the van.
Hernandez, that was beautiful.
What do you mean?
That was the most calmest raid I have seen so far. That was beautiful. So I have a lot of personal items. So I have a whole bunch of personal items, and it looks like he's packed up out of the camper as well.
Damn! Nice.
I literally told them all that already.
Good job, by the way, y'all.
Thank you. You did good too.
Thanks. I just kind of sat around and looked pretty.
Oh my god, it's a Jade.
Hi. Good the CSTs.
So the van just has a whole bunch of personal items and what looks to be like he's packing up to go camping or whatever.
Yeah, let the CSTs worry about that, but thanks though. I'm pulling my car out of the way.
I'm gonna move my truck. But
Vector X is I want to run across the gag,
I'll move this out of the way for you there.
Yeah, all good.
are we gonna wait for CSTs to seal the van, or do you want us to grab some tape and seal it?
No, the CSTs are already here. We're working on it
Cool.
right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
Good
my
work.
rifle
Thanks for
away
the
real
help.
quick.
567-278. Appreciate it. It looks like he's on the move. Why?
No.
Alright. Well, we got the handgun. We got everything we need for that reference.
Oh, let me get that vest off. That was a clean little run. I'll give that back. I was expecting that. I always expect things to go worse than they actually are.
Yeah. Well, let me seal off the property here. CSTs are gonna start running through the personal stuff. I mean, that one went okay. It's not usually as good as these things go.
I think we just.
Just glad it went smooth.
I don't think we just gave him time to react. Is the thing.
And he also had stuff in his hand when we came in holding guns, so.
Yeah.
I think he knew it's a bad decision if he tries to do anything.
Well, he tried. I don't know if you guys saw. He went and started reaching down for his lead, and that's where that gun was.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you have
He
like
tried,
6 guns
but
pointed at you.
16 dispatch came towed down about 5 times. Crap scene one. Crap.
I mean, if I have 6 guns pointed at me, I ain't gonna try anything stupid.
Yeah. Well, here, let's get him down to Union Station. Then into the interview room and we'll start talking with the guy.
Yep. I will do a little bit of a loop around just so I can get out of here easier.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Uber has arrived.
Well, thanks. Alright, Franco, get your stepped on out.
Yeah, man. I just,
I'll explain this all to you in a second, okay?
I'm gonna park up my vehicle. I'm gonna head inside.
So right now, just to let you know, we do have an arrest warrant for you. We also have a search warrant for the property in that van you had there. So I got CSTs digging through that stuff right now. Okay? We get you sat into a room, and we'll talk about why you're here. Full 9 yards, you know? Alright, Franklin?
yeah.
Alright, great. Alright. There you go. I'm gonna readjust your cuffs around the front. So you can have a seat right there. How about you have a seat down, okay? Alright. Alright. Hey, what you guys got? Notebooks? Okay, good. Yeah, get those down here. The hoodie too. Check it against the samples we already got. See if there's anything you can pick up off of it. Thank you.
Just
Alrighty. Anything I can get you before we get started? Water, coffee, pizza?
Sure.
Oh, which one?
Coffee's great, man.
Sure. Want it black?
Yeah.
Before we get talking to them, there's some notebooks. DOC. Wonderful. Let's get all three of us out of here a second. You feel free to watch the interview. Detective, I want you in there with me. Not with the vest, of course.
Yeah, I could take that off. Wait, what? I don't know my way around the station.
Ben Franklin involved in tree. Got Warrant. Last night, someone broke into the place. LSPD officers kicked in the door. After a circumstance, looked around the home, heard a woman behind the locked door. Thinking she was injured, they kick it down. Found the woman that had been kidnapped. Set down there for their death. His property, his prints all over the scene. We got one for his arrest. Here we found him about to get out of Dodge. Car all loaded up, all close to life. CSP's telling me that they got a hoodie of the girls. And a bunch of notes and documents on these pictures. So feel free to watch this interview. I'm going to get it there. I got enough proof file. Prosecution likes it when I get a pretty slight thing. It's always useful. Feel free to watch it, listen to the interview. I'll be checking this out. You want a coffee too? I had to send me some photos over to you, my tablet here. Right. Hey. I don't keep saying that. Franklin, my name's Detective Sergeant Hernandez. I'm with the Los Santos Police Department. This is Detective Andrew Parks. He's with the Los Santos County Sheriff's Department. Okay?
Okay.
I know I've read them to you before, but just with the situation going on, you are being recorded at this point, and I do need to read you your Miranda warning right now, okay? Before we talk about this. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Great, okay. Frankly, you got the right to remain silent. Refuse to answer any questions. Anything you do say can be used against you in court. You have the right to have an attorney present if you during any question. You can't forward an attorney. Won't be violating no cost yourself by state of San Andreas. Choose to waive these rights now and stop speaking with me, or start speaking with me. You can stop speaking with me at any time. Requesting that the attorney be present. You understand these rights I've read to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And with these in mind, are you all right talking with me and my partner about what we need to talk about today?
Yeah, that's fine.
Great. All right. Well, on this tablet, like I said, I got my crime scene text going through your car right now, along with your stuff. Got search warrants on your property here in the county. You're one in the city we didn't really need a search warrant for, but we can go over that in a little bit. Now, besides for the firearms charge, which I know you know is a problem, but isn't really our main concern today. You got any idea why you're sitting here right now?
No. You say something about the city?
Say again?
You mentioned something about the city. I have a house down there.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, we know about that one. Last night, a couple of officers had to make entry. Someone threw a rock through the window. Burglary. They went through the house, they searched, and they found indications of somebody downstairs, and they made entry down there too. And they found a woman. This one. So, let's start off with this one, Franklin. Who is she?
That's a woman.
Right. Now, Franklin, I'm going to explain to you how this is going to work, because we have a lot of physical evidence tying you to this situation. And my texts are going through right now through those notebooks you kept there, along with some other personal documents and items that you have in your van. Along with that, we have the warrant based on your ownership of the property, your neighbor's testimony, and, well, Nina herself. So, right now, this whole act that you're playing towards me, about not knowing what I'm talking about, acting generally confused, it's not going to work for you very well. Because I can tell you right now, your only real shot at getting out of this with anything close to favorable is being open and honest. That's what the prosecution likes, you see. Open and honest. Understanding what the heck's going on. Cooperating with us. You give yourself the best outcome here. Because if you want to keep playing this game about not understanding what's going on, being confused, which I know you're not. I know you're not. Then we can wrap this up and I'll tell the prosecution to give you the max, which I don't want to have to do in this situation. I'd much rather us come to a conclusion here, come to an agreement, and then, come to something that's a little bit more amicable, you know? So let's start this one again. Who is this girl?
She's the lady that's been living in my basement.
Yeah, that's true. How'd you first meet her?
She was kind of just walking.
Okay. Walking where?
Along a road when I was heading home.
Okay. And what happened there? How'd you entice her into her car? I guess it's something to do with the sedatives we found in your van?
Well, she seemed tired. I offered her a ride, and she kind of got up to my window, and I kept asking her, you want a ride? I could bring you home if you want. She seemed a little unsure about that, so I gave her something to calm her down.
Well, how'd you give it to her? Was it through a needle? Was it like a pill?
Needle's usually the quickest, the best way to go.
Sound like someone has some experience with it.
Well, it's kind of the same with animals, when they're being rowdy and doing as they're supposed to. You could just slap it on, and then they calm down, and you can deal with it in the way you need it to.
Okay. So that's what you did with her. You took the needle and calmed her down. You brought her car and brought her down to your house in the basement.
Yeah.
How long ago was this, roughly?
I'm not great with time, but it's been a while.
Well, these notes that you've kept down, did you ever date them? Did you ever mark down dates on them?
No, not really.
So, what was the point of keeping down all these notes? What was the point of putting down this information?
I guess I was just curious.
I'm curious about what?
I have just a lot of questions, honestly. I kind of just started keeping her around as, a friend, kind of like a companion, I guess.
These notes don't seem very companionable. So you ordering her around, you telling her to do this and that. Ain't much like there's conversation there. More like
Well,
you're treating her like a lab rat. Like a thing you can poke and prod to do this and that.
well, you know, when she was down there and didn't have a lot to do, so started with some training, like, you know, with my aunt's dog, and, you know, just getting her to do this and that, and, you know, she
What
give her
kind
a
of, what
word.
ways of training were you looking at? What kind of discipline?
You know, sit still, sleep when you're supposed to, you know.
No,
Cause
no,
she
I
be keeping me
think you
up at night
misunderstand.
when we first started out, and it just got really annoying, you know.
Keep you up with what? Crime?
Yeah, like crying and yelling and like hitting things, and like at one point she destroyed her blanket, which I didn't understand, cause that means she didn't have a blanket for a week.
Well, but what would you do if she didn't listen to you? You told her to do something, she didn't do it.
I mean, she was gonna listen one way or another. I mean, I started picking up psychology books, because I've been reading a lot of training guides for like dogs and cats and like horses, and I figure there must be something along those lines for people as well, you know.
So let me look through the notes here a second. Because your sort of thoughts around my question. What I'm asking here, you looking through the notes right now. Let's say you wanted her to go somewhere in the early stages when you were training her. You needed to give some kind of negative reinforcement, right? That's what that psychology
Hey,
book of yours would
we're
have
planning
said.
on doing our priorities
Is
shortly.
you need the stick instead of the carrot, right? So if she didn't listen to you, what would be the stick in this situation? What would be the negative reinforcement? Was it a fist? Was it a bat? A knife? What were you doing to make sure that she was staying in line?
Well, kind of. It started out with like some kicking, cause you know, like it kind of like you do for misbehaving kids. You know, you give them a little bit of a spank and they stop screaming, and I kicked her a couple of times, and then she would quiet down, and it only got to that point like a few times, but a lot of the time it was, you know, not getting food, or the light be flickering so she wouldn't be able to sleep, or I'd remove something, you know?
What kind of things are you removing?
I mean, she did have a table and a chair in there, and like she had a book, and she had some painting supplies and stuff that I brought in for her, but she kept, you know, being unreasonable, so I slowly had to start removing things, and she did end up getting back her mattress and her blanket.
Now, how long had you been setting up this place before you took her? 'Cause, I mean, obviously, you did some work on the house with the blocks and
Yeah,
systems
I
to be able to
mean,
turn the lights. How long have you been planning that beforehand?
I bought the house a couple of weeks before I found her, so a couple of weeks before that, I was already doing some renovations, and I thought it'd be a nice place to keep one, you know?
Is that why you bought the house? What kind of line of work you're in that you're able to afford such a nice household?
Well, my grandma recently died and left me quite a lot of money, so I thought it'd be good to move out and change the scenery, It's not a good place to keep someone up or at my trailer, so I was planning on selling that like in a week or so.
What changed your mind? I mean, you hadn't gone back to the house up in the Vinewood for at least a day, and you're packing up all your stuff like you're gonna leave. What spooked you?
No, nothing's really. I was packing it up so I could bring it into the city. I've been in the process of moving for quite a while now.
You set the thing up
kinda
like
kept
more of a
me-
camper. Like you
Well,
had a bed in there. Didn't seem like you were
yeah.
moving. Looks like you were trying to live at the van.
Well, so it's not a great place to keep someone, and she kind of keeps me occupied every day, so I can't really go far or do anything. But I thought it's about time I go clear out my old place.
What do you mean by that? Were you gonna keep her there in that room, or were you gonna move her somewhere else?
No, I mean, she was perfectly fine down there. I didn't see a reason for her to be moved anywhere.
Did you ever think
I
about
mean,
letting her go, or letting her leave away from you?
at some point she'd be, well trained enough to join walks and stuff. You don't let a rabid dog out of its cage into a crowd of people, do you?
We ain't talking about a dog here. You know that, right? You know that she isn't some canine or some deer you tied to a post.
Well, yeah, but we're creatures as much as a deer or a dog is. It's.
Well, what do you think about that for yourself? What do you think if the roles were reversed? If you were down there and she was doing the same stuff to you?
Then I think I'd learn to listen a bit better than she's done so far.
Yeah. Well, what you've done, really, what you've done is you've attacked a woman, taken her against her will, locked her up for the better part of half a year, away from her family, away from her friends. You've continued to attack her because she wouldn't listen to you. We call that kidnapping in this state. We call it torture, and we call it aggravated assault. You've kept her fed to a point where she's extremely malnourished. Our doctor said that if she kept up in this state within months or weeks, she might have been dead from malnourishment.
Now, see, she was not, the skinniest woman, and I've read it quite a lot on anatomy and rationing of food, so I should be just fine.
Well, she's gonna be fine now. You ain't gonna have your hands on her no more. She's gonna go back to her family. You even know her name? Do you ever ask her?
There's no need for a name when you're training something, is there?
Bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah. You are something else here, huh? You don't really see at all what you've done as being wrong.
I don't understand what you mean is so wrong with it. It's you're training a creature to accept living in society the same way you'd treat a horse to be ridden or a dog to not bark at the door all the time.
You ain't training someone to live in society. You're taking someone from society and training them not to live it. You're doing the exact opposite. It's like taking a dog that's already well trained, beating it until it can only sit in a corner and shiver. That's not training. That's sadism. This ain't about her. It's all about you,
No.
mister. And the fact that you can't see that shows you why. It's all just for you to be able to see your own power on someone else. And it'll take it out
No,
on everyone you can. And you genuinely don't see that, do you?
I just, you know, it's the same way you know, break a horse if it's bucking and being wild, you know, time and teaching it not to do the things you don't want it to do, and when it's tired enough, it will stop resisting you and let you form it the way you need it to. Have you
What was the way you
never?
needed her to be?
Well, you know, stop screaming and being compliant, and you know.
Compliant to what? What do you want her to comply to? Sit in that room forever?
Well, no,
What do you want to do? Make her your wife?
I don't see no reason for relationships of any sort. I just, you know, she might be able to go buy groceries and like help out here and there, and you know, get a better room if she stops being a silly woman, you know.
Well, at this point, you're under arrest. Number of charges. Okay.
I
You're
don't
going to be
see
housed in the
why.
Bolingbrook. That's where the issue is. This is where we come up with something called criminal insanity and the potential of that. Which, if you are found criminally insane, it means you don't get a prison sentence. It means you go to an insane asylum and you stay there pretty much indefinitely until they're able to treat what is wrong with you, basically.
There nothing wrong with me. I just
You're
see
sitting
the
in a
world
police
a little
interrogation
different than
room right
you.
now. So is everyone. Everyone has their own view, but once you start breaking on to other people and hurting them, that's where it's a problem. Because you don't see her or me or anyone else as another person. You just see it as a creature. You don't understand
You
society.
know,
It's the problem here. Because you don't get it that people working together, that people are different from animals, so that's why we made a society. You know?
I mean, animals have their societies as well. Like, crows are incredibly intelligent and will communicate with each other and build societies and cities for themselves, yet we
They
don't
build
seem to
cities.
have a problem destroying them or their habitats.
Crows build cities.
Oh yes, they keep their nests relatively close to each other so they can help each other out if anything goes wrong.
The crows are building roads. They're building cars. Little crow cars, driving around on them.
Well, they haven't gotten that far in the evolution process yet, but we're all just the same deep down. We're all just creatures living on the same planet, going through our day-to-day to survive.
Well, a crow attacks and kills another crow, they ain't getting much more punishment for that. But the crows don't really think of doing it. They don't have any upper level knowledge about it. They can't plan to manipulate someone or train someone into doing something. That's what you can't do, and what it makes you as a human. Special responsibility, special power having intelligence.
There you're wrong. Crows teach other crows to bring trinkets to specified locations. And we even have seen penguins train other penguins to understand their hunting tactics.
You know, you would have been
You
a
see
great
animals train each
biologist.
other every day to understand how they can function better together. I don't understand why it should be different with us.
There's a difference between helping someone learn something and chaining them in a room to the point where they are starving to death. Not letting them go outside, not letting them see the world.
That it's just the training technique that was chosen for this case. I mean, in other cases there might have been other training solutions, but you know, every training case is based on their personality and how adaptable they are to said training. I mean, if
That's the thing you don't get here. That's the thing you
attacks
keep
were-
pushing on. You're acting like it's all on her because of what she did and what her did. That's bullshit. No matter who walked up to you that window that night, any girl, you would have done the exact same damn thing. You still would have brought her in. You still would have locked her in that room. You still would have done the same shit to justify yourself, to justify your own
Well,
curiosity.
It does
Because
kind of come
unlike
down
most
to
people, you don't have something. It's called morality. It's called a moral compass. It's called inherent sense of right and wrong, but you just don't got.
now.
And you take that out on everyone else. And you just can't
I
see the
don't
fact
think.
that it's not on her, it's on you.
Nah, you see, it wouldn't have been the same if there wasn't one. Say it was you in there, it would have been totally different. You might not respond as well to mental stimuli. You might respond more to physical stimuli, which would have changed the training process and the way things move forward. You might respond more to positive impulses than negative impulses. It very much
You're
bases
right.
on a case-to-case situation, sir.
Well, that's fine. You know what? You're gonna have plenty of chance to think about this all you want, but at this point, you are being placed under arrest. I'm going to make a recommendation to the prosecutor that you are held for some kind of psychiatric treatment, and that until you are fit to re-enter society, that you don't. So you don't put this mindset of yours that you have on the rest of the world, because the fact that you don't even come close to seeing what's wrong here is, well, it's not the most horrifying thing here, but it's fucking close. I can get you up now, get you into a cell. Someone with the Department of Corrections has come by. They're going to bring you down to Bolingbrook. What you'll wait there till your trial is start. You understand that, Franklin?
Yeah, I can understand that. It's just you needing to train me to not train other creatures, and you know, that is in itself quite ironic.
Well, I think it's ironic that you realize what the hell's you're this close to grasping what's really going on here, but you just ain't. You gotta keep framing it through this mental gymnastics you're throwing yourself through.
I'll be right back. I gotta go grab chains for the car.
All good. I still need to write him up anyway. Wow. See how you like being locked in a room, huh?
Oh, I have been before. It's not a problem.
You haven't been for this long. One Class C felony ain't quite the same as a stint you're about to be doing. Jesus, fuck.
Oh, he's so fucked up.
Fine.
Removing things.
My guess is prosecution's He's getting kidnapping, torture, reckless endangerment, felony, unlawful restraint, along with felony weapons charges. It's a total of 1,560 days in jail for $47,000 in fine. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand that you've given me charges.
Great. You understand what those charges are?
I heard you speak them, yeah.
Simple yes or no will suffice. You don't have to use 10 words. We won't do the trick. Let's get you up. I'll see you
I mean,
again
if
for your
you-
trial. And, you can be as confused as you want. But at the end of the day, you've done your fair share of trying to destroy a woman's life for your own fucking amusement. It's up to me. You're not going to spend another day of your life outside cells until whatever is broken inside you gets fixed.
I don't think anything is broken, Detective. I think we just have some different views on the world, sir.
It's sergeant to you.
Oh,
That's
I
when you
do
think that you're going
apologize.
the right path, okay? Ain't the person you need to be apologizing to, that's for sure.
Well,
Let's get him walking.
I got your title wrong. That sounds like something I would apologize for, no?
Let's get him out of here. Sick.
Alright, I'm gonna get him done. Alright, I'm gonna grab you by the chain here and we're gonna walk. Hey, detective, can you grab my weapon out of the locker? I'll hand you the key.
Yeah, I got it for you.
It's an escort.
Once this whole, I gotta go help with this shooting, I bet. But once it's done, I'll get my ass back to the city.
Yeah, grab my weapon out of the locker and then bring it up to me. I do not know this place.
It's really quite interesting how... Actually, it's quite ironic how you are now trying to train me to not train others, which is quite interesting. Honestly, we have quite the same situation. You guys are trying to train people to not do criminal things, whereas I'm trying to train things and creatures to what I need them to be.
Here's the weapon.
Thanks.
I'm
I
trying not
elected
to
for the
listen to you too much
van
back
rather
there.
than the car, so I didn't have to
Yeah.
listen.
I'll turn my radio back on. Figure what the hell's going on here.
1005 all call. This fucking.
Okay.
I'm gonna take him and then I'm gonna get to that.
Sounds good.
You kind of heard me that when I asked for your name.
Yeah, just a little bit. We don't train much. That's not our job to do it at another facility.
Well, you see, it kind of is, isn't it? Because you're putting people behind bars to make sure that they are trained to not do this thing again. Which, in hindsight, is exactly what I was doing with a young woman. Now, every person in the world is trained at some point, whether it is from their parents at a young age that they're trained to eat their green vegetables, or if it is understanding that you're not supposed to rob a store. Everyone is trained in some capacity, and I believe that every person and every creature on this planet can be trained to specific purposes if you are willing to go the lengths they need to do.
This is Bravo Central. 1 times the bell.
I especially find crows quite interesting creatures, but recently I've been figuring out more about the penguins and their levels of communication, which is honestly quite intriguing, of how they can teach each other the perfect hunting spots and learn and adapt to the climate changing, and how some will mate for life, which understandable, some will only keep one. Yeah, other species or other of the same exact species will change things up, whether that suits them better or not. Which also in a sense seems quite interesting, as crows have started training humans in being the place they want them to be to get food and trade trinkets for food, which is really quite interesting if you think about it, in the sense of these creatures are understanding a payment process and a trade. Don't you find that interesting?
Alrighty. I'll get you going.
You don't find that interesting, right?
Hand you over to these lovely, lovely emitting people. We'll take their photo.
You
and
seem
get
to
you
need
dressed
some
out.
training in manners there, young man.
I don't think I do.
You're not responding to any of my questions or when
Alright.
I'm trying to communicate with you.